Hi everyone. My name is Miss Evans, we all know that, and we're going to be talking today about a new type of initiative to try to help you guys figure out your issues and your social problems. And that's rational and motive behavior therapies. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go around the room and we're going to introduce ourselves, and let's start right here. First and last name.
I'm Stephanie Jones.
Very good.
I'm Rachel Mitchell.
Very good.
Megan Howard.
Very good.
Abigail Dowd.
Very good.
Karina Finley.
Thank you, and I thank you all for coming again today. Oh, I'm sorry, and I forgot you in the corner over there.
TJ Goins.
Thank you, TJ. Now, I do thank you all for coming today. Like I said, we're going to be talking about REBT, which again is Rational and Motive Behavior Therapies. And what that is it is a program, and it's based to set goals. Not just, having the main goal, like we all know, you have to set a goal and then you work towards it. What this one is, you want to set step goals. It's kind of like a step ladder. And you're going to go up those goals, and you're going to create your sub goals. And what we're going to do with those is we're going to talk about ways to keep you guys in better, not only emotional standing, but success for the long run too in the academic field as well. Okay? So first thing we need to do is we need to decide what our main goal should be. So what do you think we should have for a main goal?
I think our main goal should be for all of us to be able to get along.
I think that's a good goal. That's a good goal. Tell me something more. Do you think if you guys got along more that you'd do better in the classroom?
Like, our goal is probably like, if we want to be good in the classroom, don't fight, don't throw spitballs, don't throw airplanes or anything across the room.
Very good, very good. So normal middle school things, yes, I understand. So, what do you think about the issues there? Do you think that if you had step goals, do you think it would be a little easier than just saying, I'm going to stop doing that and I'm going to be a good student?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So tell me, Ms. Abby, tell me an idea. Tell me a step goal. What do you think is a good starting goal to get to?
Well, a good start is for us to learn how to get along and like learn what we like about each other.
Good, good. So tell me, that's a really good point. I'm glad you said that. Tell me something about you that you would like them to know, that would help them to get to know you a little better.
That I love dogs and cats, basically. I just love animals.
Animals in general? Okay. Well, see, that's something that we all can agree on. So I think a good starting goal, I keep forgetting about you, TJ. I am so sorry. You're like all over there in the corner being antisocial. I am so sorry.
It's perfectly fine.
So let's talk about, tell me about how do you feel about getting to know someone? Do you take it at a more advanced approach, or do you try to just get to know them and then try to get to know a little more about them as well?
I want to learn about a person about their likes and dislikes and about their social behavior. I'm hoping that I don't get into any more fights after this session.
Okay, that's a good way to start. So another thing that we're going to do is we're going to try some role playing. And what that is we're going to put each other in each other's shoes. So if you're having an issue with someone, we're going to switch roles for a minute. And one of the things I like to do is I like to look at them when I do this. So if I'm going to switch roles with Stephanie, I'm going to look at Stephanie. And I'm going to imagine myself as Stephanie. Not, to the point where it's kind of scary, but just a point where I can see myself in her shoes. And she's going to do the same to me. So if we're switching roles and she's the teacher and I'm the student, one of the things we're going to do is we're going to talk it out. So if I have a question that I would want to ask her, I'm going to ask it to her as me. Does that make sense? So I'm going to say, Stephanie, or I would look at her and I would say, Miss Evans, how do I stop fighting? What can I do? How can I help that? And then she would answer the way that she would want to answer to me. How she would expect that I would answer to her. So how do you think I would answer to you, to that question?
I think you would answer to us is try your hardest to keep calm, like count to 10 or something.
Very good, very good. So now I think that Abby had a good story too, and I want to bring this in with our role playing. She says that we need to get to know each other. So in our role playing scenario, let's switch a little bit. I'm gonna go over here to TJ. TJ, I'm gonna be you for a minute. And you're gonna be me, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit about myself. I not always on to class on time. I think that school is above me. I shouldn't have to go to school. So what would you think that I would say to you?
That our education is important no matter what the situation, and never stop trying to achieve, never try to stop achieving your goals.
Very good, very good. So that's the issue that we're having here, is that the REBT, it tries to use different types of techniques. Another big technique that we don't have time to do today, but that we could do in our next session, is called letter writing or projecting. And what you would do is you would write down the issues that you're having, and you would sign it to yourself. But the thing is, you wouldn't write the problems, you would write the positive. So if you're having a problem in school, you would write to yourself, hey, dear Miss Evans, these are the problems that you're having, but look at the positive side. So that way when you're going down the line and you have that problem again, all you have to do is grab that letter, or think back to that time when you wrote that letter, right? And then you would read it and you would think, it does get easier. Because I tell you, it does. So another thing that we're going to do, and we're going to look at this next session as well, is that we're going to write those letters. We're going to write them for whatever's going on in the day, the good thing and the bad. You're going to start with the bad and make your way to the good. It's kind of like an ombre effect, from bad to good, okay? You're going to start here and you're going to make your way a little easier, a little easier, a little easier, and then towards the end, you're going to be doing good, okay? So another part of the REBT that I wanted to cover today, we need to create a list of sub-goals for you individually to use, because if we don't have that list written down, we all can go off track a little, that sort of thing. So I'm going to start with mine, just to give you guys a little explanation of what I mean. So I'm going to start, and let's say my goal is I want to have tests graded at a better manner, right? So I'm going to have my tests graded, and when I have my tests graded, my first goal, so you see my main goal here, I've got my main, right? Y'all see my main goal, right? There it is. So we see my main goal. And then my first step is that I'm going to make sure that I have them all organized, right? If I don't have them organized by class, I can't get them done on time. So I'm going to organize by class, right? So I'm starting very small. I'm not starting with, I'm going to grade these tests. I'm starting with, well, if they're not organized, how am I going to get there, right? So the next thing we're going to do, what do you think my next goal should be? What do you think?
I think it should be sorted by
Good.
difficulty.
By difficulty. Okay, I can do that. Okay. Then what do you think I should do? Now let's look at, I've got them organized, I've got them by class and difficulty of the test. So what do you think I should do next? Somebody.
Having hard times in the classroom.
Look at the ones that were having hard times in the classroom. Okay. Well, that's not really going to help me get them graded, but it will help me to realize who didn't do so well. So that's a good point. So let's put that over here to the side. And that's what we're going to notice. We're going to call that our noticings. So I know that's not a technical term, but that's what we're going to call it, just so you guys understand, the issue there. So we're going to call that, and we're going to say, hey, trouble in class. So if we're having trouble in class, that could be a reason that they don't do so well, right? Okay. So then once I've got them organized and I've got everything laid out, let's say the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my grader, right? So it's kind of like a checklist. It's kind of like a checkpoint. You want to make sure that everything is a small enough task that not only you're taking care of it in a timely manner, but it's not too much for you to handle, right? That's the main thing of the REBT. You don't want to bite off more than you can chew, I guess you would say. That's what my mom used to say. So you don't want to bite off more than you can chew. If I say I'm going to have my test graded by Monday, No, it's Wednesday, right? So I can have them taken by Monday. You think? I mean, that gives me enough time because I've got 5 classes, and I've got 4 days to do those 5 classes plus the weekend. Okay. So if I say I'm gonna have them graded by tomorrow, and I've got 5 tests and over 125 things, that's a little insane, right? So I want to make sure that I have the time to get my goals done. So now we're going to look at, since we've got our little main goals, right? Or our little checkpoint goals and our main goal, we're going to look at how these goals can transfer to other things. So if I'm going to have my test graded on time, well, how about I have my lessons planned on time, right? How about I have more time to do homework? How about I have more time to study? See what I'm saying there? I'm getting you guys in the move here that you can move your goals, and it's basically the same goals. So let's say I'm going to change it to have my lessons planned. Well, they have to be organized by class, right? Because what if my classes are doing different things? Then I have to have them graded by difficulty because I have that honors class. And then obviously, we all know honors does a little more work than everybody else. So then I have to have them graded. So let's switch. So we got my lesson plan here. We have to have it graded, organized by class, organized by difficulty, and then have it succeeded, right? Same with homework for you guys. Have to have it organized by class, right? Have to have it organized by difficulty because some homework's harder than others. And then you gotta get it done. So it's very simple there, and it'll help you guys with your social skills. It'll help you guys with your academic skills. And another thing that you can do is you can use this when you're having a problem with someone, which is why we're all here, right? That's what we're having problems with. So let's look at it as, I don't know, distressing a problem, okay? So we're going to distress the issue. So our issue today is that we all don't get along sometimes. So let's look at it the same way we looked at these. Let's organize it. Organize the problem. Well, you don't get along with you, and you don't get along with you, and so and so and so and forth. And you may not get along with that person, but if you can organize the problem, you can find out why. So let's say you're having problems because you said calling names or, that sort of thing. Well, if someone's calling you a name, how do you fix that? Yes.
Yeah, so why did they call you that name?
Very good. Give me another reason, TJ.
Ignore it.
Ignore it. Yes?
Or tell the teacher.
Tell the teacher. Those are all really good. So let's look at that. You said try to talk about it. And that's a really good one because we can put this one in many ways. You said ask them why they did it, right? You said, one more time?
Tell the teacher.
Tell the teacher. So if you tell the teacher, and then the teacher comes in and you can sit down and talk with them in a nice manner this way, like we're doing today, right? Because you know as well as I do, if a teacher's sitting here, you're more than less likely to raise your voice. You're more than less likely to yell, just because you want that teacher to respect you. So, TJ, tell me why you think a teacher demands authority in the room.
With the amount of respect the teachers get up in the school do what people would say. I honestly think the adults should get most of the authority.
So, I'm so sorry about that. I had to answer a phone. I'm so sorry. So in conclusion, let's have a moment here. We've decided that we're going to break down rules, right? Or not rules, but we're going to break down and have rules for ourselves. We're going to break down and have mini goals. We're going to get that main goal, right? We've all decided this. So let's wrap up for today. And we will meet back next week, same time, same place, just like the radio. And I will see you guys next week, okay? Thank you all for coming, and we'll convene next week.